Sales Beyond the Grave, and welcome back to another video. And we're in Manchester today, and we're in Manchester because it's a special weekend, and I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to show you now. So it's, as you can see, it's St. Patrick's Day. It's tomorrow, but we're going to start it today, and where better to start St. Patrick's Day is in Ireland. But we're not in Ireland, we're in Little Ireland. Now this area, what you can see here, just behind me there, is known as Little Ireland because most of the Irish immigrants who come over to build Manchester in the 1800s, they built the roads, the canals, the railway bridges, the buildings, and most of them, over 40,000 of them, lived in this small area of Manchester, and that's why it's called Little Ireland. So what we're going to do, we're going to take you around some of the pubs where they would have drunk in, and we're just going to show you little bits and snippets of pubs what you might not know are in Manchester. So this was the other side of where we've just been to the Salisbury pub. This is the area known as Little Ireland. As you can see, there's a plaque up here, and it was short-lived. It only had a lifespan of about 50 years for all the thousands of Irish immigrants what worked here, because as you can see by the plaque, it says it was appalling conditions they lived in. And it was built, was it around about 1827, vacated by 1847, and then by 1877 it had been demolished and a new Manchester had been built over it. But just round the corner here, I'm going to take you to something you won't know, and it's sometimes if you Google stuff like this you'll never find it, but this round the corner I'm going to show you. So this I'm going to show you now is something which would have been survival for the Irish people that lived around here, because don't forget, you'd have had the River Medlock, the River Irwell, the River Irk, the River Tib. They'd have been so densely polluted that they wouldn't have been able to drink from them. So what people won't know about this area of Manchester is this below us, as you can see, it's a half moon shape. It goes right round and underneath the building was the actual well the Irish people would have drunk from. And if we can show you inside, you might be able to see inside it. It goes right down, probably about 30-40 feet before it's blocked. But this carries on all the way in a circle, so you only got like a quarter of a circle here, but the full circle of it goes underneath the building now. But this was the utmost survival of the Irish people, because there was no drinking water apart from the beer, which they would have drunk a lot of, but this was your day-to-day survival of water from the well in Manchester. So the first pub we're going to bring you to is the Lasagowry behind us, built in 1841, and it might sound like an Irish pub, but it's not. It's actually got Scottish roots, and it was a homesick Scottishman who built the pub. He was pining for Scotland, and the Lasagowry was named after his favourite poem, and it was built, the pub was built on the first public toilets in Manchester. So I'm going to take you over to show you. It was called a Pistore, and that's where the name Pistone comes from. So if you've ever heard that expression before, Pistone, what it was, the Pistoria was on the side of the river with a little terrace, and it just like a slab of marble or porcelain, and people used to pee against there with nothing around them. They could just stop and pee, went straight into the River Medlock without being sort of like done for exposure. And that was the first toilet in Manchester, or the first outside toilets, and it was built over the top of it was the Lasagowry. So this plaque here is telling you that this was the first legal place to have a wee in Manchester, and if you just use the first 4 letters on there, that's where you get the word piss from. So it's a pisteria, is it? And basically what it was, it had just been ceramic or porcelain platform, and you weed, and it went straight down into the River Medlock, which is just underneath us there. And you couldn't get done for having your willy out in Manchester back then. So this is, we're going to take you in now and show you inside of this great pub. And if you look at the outside of it, the outside first, it's not changed since 1841. It's still the original tiles. It was first built. Little's been done to it inside as well. It's not had a great deal done to it on the inside. So we'll take you in. We're going to get our first pint in here, aren't we? So come on, take you in. take you right up to the door, but I don't think you get these tiles anymore. But there's another pub we're going to show you what's got even better tiles than this, but they're coloured in green. So we'll take you in that one next. So open the door. So let's go in and have a drink. And this is a Lassa Gowrie. So if you just have a quick look round. Not much to change in the bar. Well, the bar's different now. The bar has all barrels behind it. But yeah, I really like this one. This is a Lassa Gowrie, and we're going to have a pint in here. So this is our first one, and we're in a Lassa Gowrie, and this is where we're going to rate them out of 10.
Yeah.
Have I got to have the first mouthful? Right.
Down to the J.
Fucking tsunami. Yeah. As soon as you start basically, you've had a whole pressure built in elsewhere in the system.
Wow, that's a nice one.
No, because insurance.
I'm going to give that one an 8.5 out of 10. The Lassa Gowrie, 8.5 out of 10. Happy St. Paddy's Day. So this is the next one we're going to tell you about now. Now we told you about the brown tile one. This is the green tile one. Now this hasn't been changed since 1901. It was built around about 1820. And it's always been a pub, and you can see it's had various attempts to knock it down because of the land it's on. It's prime building land for Manchester, but they refuse to knock it down because it's such an iconic pub. And it's not changed, like I said, since 1901. And Peveril of the Peak, it comes from people think it's to do with the Peak District. It's not. It's to do with a horse-drawn stagecoach what used to start from here in Manchester to London, and it took 2 days. It was like an express back then, 2 days to Manchester. The Peveril of the Peak was the stagecoach, and also during the war, it was a brothel. And it was known as the place to go if you wanted brothelization. So yeah, it was definitely used as a brothel during the war. And as you can see, it's not been touched. You can see the tiles, the sash windows, and the actual lead windows as well are all from 1901. We're going to take you in, and we'll see it now. So we're going to take you in and just have a quick look how detailed these tiles are. But what I forgot to mention is it's one of the most haunted pubs in Manchester. Lots of spirits. I don't mean behind the bar, on the other side of the bar. So let's take you in and have a look at this one. And we're going to try the Guinness in here as well. So, but if you can think, they've been up since 1901. Nothing's changed in here. It's still got bench seating and how a pub would have looked back then. So let's go in and try this one. It sounds busy.
It does sound busy.
Yeah, it does sound busy. Coming into the Peveril of the Peak. Like I say, it's not changed since 1901. Look at the bar, how old it is, an oak bar. Fantastic, isn't it? So we'll try the Guinness and we'll let you know what it's like. So this is inside Peveril of the Peak. It's like a step back in time in here. So I'm going to try the Guinness. Last one was an 8.5 out of 10. So you can't go down to the G on this because it's just a normal glass. So let's try it for St. Paddy's Day. 8.5 again. A bit colder than the Lassa Gowrie, but a good 8. We'll give it 8 because it's a bit colder. So yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. So our last one on the beer trail, really, or the Guinness trail, is, as you can see behind us, is the Britain's Protection. Now it's a historic pub. This it says it 1811 on the door, but it dates back to 1806. This pub, and it was very close to the Peterloo Massacre. Now, the Peterloo Massacre was when the people of Manchester protested against the Reformation of Parliament, and the cavalry charged a crowd of 60,000 people, injuring 400 to 700 people, and killing 18 people with the swords. Just over there is where Peterloo Fields was, which was the scene of the Peterloo Massacre. Now this one, as I say, it's right on the crossroads of Manchester. You've got the Midland Hotel behind us, which would have been, just turn you around this way, you'll see the old Gothic building behind us, the Midland Hotel. Now that was going to be Adolf Hitler's headquarters. Had Adolf Hitler invaded England and took over England, that by aerial photographs, he loved that building, so that was going to be the headquarters of the Nazi Party. But this, I say this pub here, it's got over 18 ales in this pub, the British Protection, and it also it claims to have is a whiskey connoisseur, the manager, and he's got 350 whiskies behind the bar. So we're going to go in and have a look and try the Guinness as well. So I'm going to take you in now, but this little plaque on here tells you about the Peterloo Massacre, and it took place in 1819. And if you look here, it tells you that the Britain's front door, which we're going to go through, is which 15 demonstrators were killed and more than 700 injured by sabre-wielding cavalry who charged a crowd of 80,000. I said 60,000 on there, it does say 60,000, but this, I'd go off this one really, but round this door of the pub, the front door of the pub, is which 15 of the demonstrators were killed. So let's take you in and we'll try the Guinness in this one. You ready? Mm-hmm. So this is the Britain Protection. I'm just going to show you around now. He claims to have 350 whiskies behind the bar, so we'll see. I'm not going to drink it though. So, this is the inside channel. I'll just show you a quick round where we are. It's a lovely light back room, this. Old tiles, old style furnishing. In the Britain Protection. A really historic pub in Manchester. And it's time to try the Guinness. Some lovely old tiles there.
Yeah. Ooh.
So, we're going to try this one. And this is... it smells quite nice. So we'll try this one, aren't we? That's not as good as the last two we've had. So that's, I'm going to put that around about a 7. That one, it's quite cold. I don't like it too cold, the Guinness. That's quite cold, and it's not as meaty as the last two we've had. So 7 out of 10 for the Britain Protection. And we'll go outside and I'll tell you a bit more about the place. And we'll end it outside then. Thanks for watching. So this is it. This is the pubs around Manchester. I hope you've enjoyed it. We're just showing you around a couple of the pubs which I think you might be interested in next time you come to Manchester. Have a look in the pubs and go and see for yourselves, but I'll see you on the next one anyway. I don't know where I'm going, but I'll see you when I get there. So, tales from beyond the grave. I'll see you then.